Nothing moves faster than technology. I mean, a year ago, MySpace was big, sure, but it's nowhere near as big as it is today. And YouTube was sort of that little video site that could, and Apple, well, they ruled the proverbial MP3 player roost yet again. But what will 2007 bring? Will all these players continue to dominate in the new year? Listen, it's not you. Seriously, it's the Loop. Joining us tonight from San Francisco, executive editor for CNET.com, Tom Merritt, and Adam Rogers, senior editor for Wired Magazine and a correspondent for the upcoming TV show Wired Science. Gentlemen, welcome to the old Loop. Tom, I want to start with you here, sir, because we're talking about